Hey everybody, how's it? This this video I'm gonna combine two, kind of the transfer, like the transition. This is like a transition into the next diet. So from the last one, I was doing raw food, and I have some friends of mine that have like a raw food cafe and kombucha spot, and man, the food's fantastic. And so that was that was like the kicker. But in talking with my friends, no, she told me that I was talking to my wife about it, but the conversation was about the like a blood type, like maybe his blood type or his body pH levels or whatever his style is. Maybe he's too acidic. From her research and stuff, she's thinking maybe that was it. So we tried that. Try eating foods that were less acidic, that weren't like increasing my pH level. I didn't have any way to test it, obviously, but I was up for anything. I was feeling good this way, and eating their food was good, and I liked making stuff at home. But that was like the next one, like what's the next action? So we went into that, and that quickly morphed into I'm gonna call it a vegan diet. It's basically my diet was no preservatives, no nitrates and phosphates. I was even staying away from celery because I was concerned that was an issue, even a natural nitrate. And then I wasn't eating meat in any shape, and I wasn't eating any animal products at all, like or fish. Like it was done. Like I was. So that was the result. Was super clean veggies and fruits and nuts and whatever was not in that mix, and I was staying away from like processed food, so other than when I would throw like in my Vitamix or something like that, which I love the Vitamix. But so then I would just go into town on that, and I needed more carbs, kind of was where we were getting at. And a lot of the foods are good with rice. Like why not rice, or make some breads or snacks or something like that. And I was so anything else that was in that realm was going to happen. I was cooking a lot of things. When I was cooking, I started doing it with using coconut milk. That was one of the things, or coconut oil, and making things with coconut milk, smoothies and stuff like that. And I really, really, really love coconut milk and things cooked in coconut oil. Like one of my favorite things is like making asparagus, grilling asparagus with like coconut oil and some salt and pepper and stuff. And that brings up, I might do some food videos later because I really like to cook, and I don't think eating healthy and clean means that you gotta like just deal with it and get past the taste. Like I think we should be able to like enjoy it. So I enjoy eating and I enjoy cooking, and so does my wife, and we make some pretty good stuff. And I'll probably share some stuff later down the road if that piques anybody's interest. Might do a series on it. But anyway, back to this vegan diet. And I'm going to call it vegan because that's what it is. It's no animal products at all. Except for, I do like honey. I sweeten things with honey because it's a natural sweetener. And I don't like processed stuff and stevia and those things. My body doesn't seem to react good to it. And and plus it was processed, so I didn't want to. If there was an ingredient list in a processed thing, it wasn't. And if I couldn't read an ingredient, if it didn't say, peanuts, sea salt, or whatever, or something like that in an ingredient list, I didn't get it. If it didn't just say, whole beans, water, salt, or, if I couldn't tell what it was and I wasn't going to pronounce it or try and figure out what it was, I wasn't eating it. It was just plain and simple. That was it. I just ate super clean and ate vegan, and I felt good eating vegetables. I feel really good eating vegetables. Like it wasn't a big change, but being able to add in some carbs like some rice and quinoa and things like that, stuff that you have to like heat up with water, or like some. I found these edamame noodles, this pasta, that's made with it, and that stuff's like crack. Like it's so good. I like just making it and eating it whole, but it fit in my thing. It's just edamame, dried edamame, dehydrated that they make in like noodles. And I was getting it at Costco, and I loved it. Like you can make some spaghetti with that, and oh boy, I'm talking some good food. I can eat it. Good fun too, making it and eating it while I'm making it. It's just pull it out of the pan. It goes quick. Anyway, I don't want to get too much on that, but the vegan diet, I felt really good on this one. But like I said, there was something always in all of these diets. There was something kind of off. I just felt like I still was having these issues. They weren't as severe, although my respiratory thing was like kicking in a high gear again, almost as bad as it did in the in just the bone broth one. Like, whew, I would get those, and then the intestinal things. I was feeling swollen again. It was weird. I just was not feeling good. It was something was up, but at the same time, I was feeling pretty good, which sounds odd, but maybe I'm a living contradiction. I guess I don't know. That was where it was though. It's confusing and frustrating, and I could understand if I was somebody watching this video, I'd be like, this guy doesn't make any sense. One minute he says he feels pretty good, one minute he says he feels pretty bad. He was feeling pretty bad, but if I go by every second of the day, I was feeling really good for the most part, and then something would hit, and I'd get that feeling it would happen again, and then I'd have to recover. And I think mostly what I'm getting at is each one of these diets, since I started the very first one and these other ones, my recovery time between issues was lessened. Some more, some less, depending on what I was eating. And I hadn't quite correlated what was going down at this point. I didn't have enough education, and I just knew that if it was a bad reaction, I stayed away from that food. I identified what I thought was the issue. I'd stay away from that one. And, by proxy, other ones were being missed as well. And so that's where it went. But staying away from animal products was the kicker. I enjoyed it. And then as time went on, I just kind of got bored with it. I wanted some variety because I was making a lot of the same things, and it wasn't 100% going good. And that's going to bring this next video. I'm gonna make a culmination of how things went down from here. In fact, I'm gonna do it from this one.